We're live. All right, I'm going to do the music thing again.
Okay.
You okay with that?
That really helps me.
All right.
Welcome to the Boston Brothers. My name is Lucas, and this is
Christian.
my brother.
I am his brother. This is the Boston Brothers. This is pilot episode number 1. This is our first ever recording, our first ever podcast, and we're excited to be with you guys. But, like I said, it's our first one, so there are going to be some kinks, so you just got to bear with us. But we're excited to talk sports, aren't we, Louis?
I'm excited, and I'm full of stupid takes, so I'm excited for you to get you mad, and I'm excited to get the viewers mad, and that's going to be my job here.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that we're trying to bring to you. Something that, not everyone else can say they do, is that we're not only going to try and get you guys mad, we're going to try and get each other mad more than anything, and we're going to try and, anger each other and try and get each other to say some crazy things. And I think, we've been doing that our whole lives.
Yeah, we are brothers,
going to be that hard.
We know how to do that. All right, so now we got past all of that. We're going to talk about our first topic, the state of the Boston Celtics. You want to give them a little breakdown of what happened last night?
Yeah, so I'm going to timestamp this because obviously it's not releasing on the day we recorded. So last night was March 3rd, and March 3rd was the Brooklyn Nets game, the most recent Brooklyn Nets game. And all I'm going to say is Mikal Bridges did to me like my father did to me when I was young and did something wrong. He bent me over and spanked me, and that is what Mikal Bridges did to us.
There it
last
is.
night.
That's his first crazy thing he said. A lot more of that. But yeah, Mikal Bridges played like he was the second coming of LeBron James or Michael Jordan. I didn't watch the game, but I saw that we were up by 28 points, correct? You watched. And we somehow blew that lead. Not only blew that lead, but lost by 16 points.
Yeah, it was probably the ugliest showing. I'm in a group chat with one of my friends from high school. We've been doing this. Yeah, Lucas is in there as well. We've been doing it since we were like 16 years old. And we both said it was the most embarrassing loss to date. And it was a meltdown by every stretch of the imagination. I saw Tatum look like he's never played basketball. I saw Marcus Smart flying all over the court, fouling people.
He likes to do that.
Yeah, fouling people. Jaylen Brown. He was the only thing that actually was like attractive on the court.
It was Jaylen Brown in his hot mask.
Jaylen Brown was in his Batman mask, and that does add value to him.
Does
but
add
I'm just saying, like, he played with at least some urgency. Grant Williams saw time. I know we haven't. We want to talk about that.
Yeah. So putting that loss aside, because it is one game, there's 82 games of the season. I want to talk. I know we're talking about the state of the Celtics, so we can talk about anything Celtics. I want to have your take on Grant Williams, because I'll tell you mine very quickly. You play 17 minutes last night. 17 minutes. Okay. People think he's good, so 17 minutes he should be able to perform. He had, I'm pretty sure, and if I'm speaking too loudly, sorry, but I'm pretty sure he had 1 point and 3 rebounds and 0 assists, and he went, I don't want to get these stats wrong, but I'm pretty sure he went 0 for 3 in 17 minutes.
Yeah, I watched the game, unlike you,
let me know.
I swear I still don't know the answers to these questions. I'm not going to body shame on the podcast, but like he does have a tendency to play way too large. And last night was an example of that. He thinks he can shoot. So like he plays large and like defends fives. Like he can guard. I like the guy. He can guard one through 5. He's really like versatile. But golly, he thinks he's a point guard sometimes and he starts chucking and ducking. And he is just so annoying. Like the way he is with the refs, it drives me insane.
Yeah, I will say the one thing that he has is he can defend a 1 through 5 on any roster, but I think he's digging way too much into that Milwaukee series last year. And yeah, he had a few threes. He had a few threes in those games. I think he had was it a 30? No, it was either a 20 or 30 point game, and I think that is really haunted him. I don't know. Me and Christian always talk about this, but if you were watching the All-Star Weekend, he thinks he's one of those guys. He thinks he's an all-star. He thinks he's him.
If you remember watching
he's not
the
him.
contest, which was sick. Shout out Mac McClung for that. But I just remember seeing Giannis in it was like Giannis and a few other superstars, and then I see Grant Grant Williams.
Grant's just in there.
And I was just like, dude, you don't belong here, and you're not getting $20 million a year. But that, I mean, we can put Grant Williams aside. I still love the guy. Like,
I don't want to bully him anymore.
I don't want to bully him. I think he's a valuable piece on a championship team. Do not get me wrong. I love that. I love that about him. But he's overvaluing himself to the point where, like, I think Missoula just doesn't want to play him because he's annoying him a little bit.
Yeah. But we'll put Grant aside. I mean, Jalen played. Let's just put last night's game aside.
Yeah, we can throw that up.
Let's just talk about the Celtics. They started off really hot this season. They've been very inconsistent lately, where they'll have a really great win, but then the next night they'll completely blow it up. So we beat the Cavs on Wednesday, and then last night we blew it up. So that's a great example. But Tatum? Want to talk Tatum a little bit? He has been in a big shooting slump, besides the 41.
Yeah,
against
I mean,
Cleveland.
I'm gonna go out and say, similar to you, the Celtics were really good in the beginning of the year. I still think, I mean, obviously they're really good. They're the 2 seed in the East, and that's no small feat. But yeah, Tatum. I mean, if you know me and you don't really agree on this, and I'm sure we'll get into this at some point. I'm a big Jason Tatum guy. I love the dude. I think he's a superstar. Not everyone can agree with me. The guy to my right, your left, does not agree with me sometimes with that. But he has that he seems to have the Paul George curse, where he went into the 3-point contest and he can't shoot.
Yeah, that is true. I going back to what you said, just to have the viewers get or clarity on this. I do love Jason Tatum. Obviously, I think he's the best player on the Boston Celtics. But there are times where I'm like, Tatum, what are you doing? There are times where he goes to the hoop and just flails his body. There are times where he shoots when he knows he can't shoot right now. And I think at times Jaylen Brown is a better player. That's where we disagree. But, yeah, after the 3-point competition, he really has not shot well at all. I think I saw a stat that he was like 13 for 40 in the 3-game span. He turned it around against Cleveland.
Yeah,
but then,
and I think, like, me being one of the bigger stands of Jason Tatum, I throw the Cleveland game aside because right now that seems to be the outlier in the second half of the season so far, where he played well against Cleveland, but he's still not shooting that well. His splits aren't that great from behind the arc, and that's concerning. Like, considering Boston is built now to be a 3-point shooting team, we're really good. We added Brogdon, obviously. We added Muscala. We're trying to get people who can shoot. And now all of a sudden, our best player can't shoot. It's a little concerning.
I think it comes down to the fact that I think it's just a slump. Every player goes through a slump. Hopefully he gets out of it soon, because with him shooting like that, we will not make any damage. But I'm not really too worried about us. I think that we either are going to be the 1 or 2 seed going into playoffs, and we're going to be set.
Oh, 100%. We'll be a tough
Milwaukee's a little scary right now. I can tell you that.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know if we're jumping ahead here, but we might as well do it now. I think looking ahead is what we got to do. Do you think anyone other than Milwaukee, I think everyone on this podcast, everyone ever can agree that Milwaukee's going to be a tough out. Yeah. Do you think anyone else in the East is good enough not that they get on a hot streak and start playing well, do you think they're good enough to take us out of the playoffs?
Okay, we can go down the list. The 76ers, you could go 82-0, and I don't think you're beating the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series. I don't care if you're a 76ers fan out there. You're not better than us. You won't be better than us, and you never will be better than us.
Yeah, we own that franchise.
So
we can agree on that.
We don't have to worry about James Harden, his big beer belly, and we don't have to worry about Joel Embiid, who he's good, but, not better than us.
We hate both of them, right? Yeah. Okay, we can agree on that. James Harden genuinely, I know, I keep saying I'm not going to body shame, but I have to. He genuinely got bigger on Houston, right? So he would get traded out of Houston. Like, he just didn't put any work in. And it worked. And that is, like, the lowest move I can ever think of. And then Joel Embiid, man. If you shoot more free throws than anyone.
Joel Embiid. Don't even give him the time of the day.
I love the guy, though. Low-key, deep down, I would trade everything for him. But when you're playing against him, you want him. You're so angry and frustrated with him. Backing you down, flopping around, shooting 30 free throws a game. It's insane.
I agree with that. So the 76ers, I'm not worried about them. So back to your question. Honestly, I don't know if you're going to like this, but we can start debating if you want. But I think that the New York Knicks are legit. and they have won 9 in a row, and I'm pretty sure they beat us twice this season out of 3 meetings, and I think they match up well against us. I don't know if Julius Randle can perform in the playoffs, but they're going to make it, and I think they can give us a good run for their money. They have a young and talented roster.
Yeah, I mean, I like New York. I like Jalen Brunson. I like Josh Hart. I hate Julius Randle. I think you hate Julius Randle too. I mean, the guy's just really frustrating. His son is really cute, but he is really annoying. And
I can agree.
I just think he'll choke come playoff time. I don't think they would. I think it would be like a competitive series, but I still think we win in 5 or 6. It wouldn't even push 7. Yeah. I do worry about Cleveland, though.
Yeah.
Cleveland stresses me out. I think, we've just watched. Donovan Mitchell's nasty. That dude's unguardable. So we would really have to, like, tighten down on defense, and that scares me.
Yeah, I think Cleveland's quick, and they can shoot, and they can play defense, and they match up well, like I said about the Knicks. But I think Cleveland's more of a contender for us. Garland is a clamp, and Jared Allen is a body. He really is a body.
Huge.
He's huge.
One of the best shot blockers in the league. I think, like, I don't want to see a New York or a Miami in round 1. That would be terrifying for me. Like, I don't think either of those teams could beat us, but it would just make it so much harder. Brooklyn, like, give me Brooklyn. I don't care what just happened. Mikal Bridges is not like, he looks like a fish. He's not beating us.
I think, I really don't think Brooklyn is scary at all. I don't want to see New York or Cleveland, like you said, but 2 teams that I would get worried about is obviously Milwaukee, and number 2 would be Cleveland if we were to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think a challenge is going to be the Knicks if we play them outside of the conference finals, because I think the stakes aren't as high.
And that's a tendency where our Celtics tend to slink back a little bit, where, like, they don't think it's as important, so they don't have to try as hard. Like, I feel like that's what happens at the end of these games with us just blowing double-digit leads consistently. Like, even against Cleveland, we're up. I don't remember the exact number. We're up like 15, 17, something like that. And we're just crumbling. Darius Garland's hitting threes after 3, and they're back in it within 4. And I'm like, what is happening? And I think I want your take on this is, what are our thoughts on Coach Joe? Because I think Coach Joe, Coach Mazzulla, is a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie.
Joe. Sometimes I miss Ime. Rip to Ime, and whatever he did with our staff, that wasn't okay.
Come on, man.
Let's go back to Joe. Joe Mazzulla, he is very hyped right now. Because we are a very good team. We have one of the best records in the league.
He coached the All-Star game.
Huh?
He coached the All-Star game.
He coached the All-Star game, so he's an All-Star coach. He's probably in the Coach of the Year debate. Mazzulla, I like him. I think that he sometimes doesn't have the locker room under control. That is just my take. I think that maybe the fact that he's young, he doesn't have assertiveness would be the word to us, because he is a young coach. But I also think that some of his rotations are a little sketchy. I don't know if you got. I was watching the highlights on NBA.com last night because I didn't watch, and I saw Mike Muscala, and I saw Peyton Pritchard, and I saw, who was the third one? I think it was Luke Cornett. First of all, if Luke Cornett and Mike Muscala are on the same basketball court at the same time in an NBA game, that's probably a problem.
Don't get me wrong. For those watching, we got the Cornett. I love him. I love Big Mike. I think Big Mike's got a strap. And I love Pritchard.
Yeah.
I just think if you put, and it seems like we're being a little discriminatory, but it's not them. They're all, and Sam Hauser. I love Sam Hauser. But they're all really bad defenders. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. Like, Mike Muscala is a stretch big. He's like 7 foot, but he can't do anything in the post. He's just a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, to go back to what I said, I wasn't trying to be like that. Yeah, but the fact is you have 2 7-footers and at the same time who really can't move.
Yeah, I mean,
with a team that is trying to jump back into the game, they are on the move. And we have 2 7-footers that can't move. That's a problem.
It's a good point.
And then you have Peyton Pritchard, who, I mean, he hits 3 threes. And
He's tiny. They're going to try and switch that matchup every time. I've watched it. They just constantly screen off and try and get Pritchard on.
Mm-hmm.
They do it with Hauser. They do it with Cornette.
They were going to blow by the two bigs and then get the switch on Pritchard because they were all in at the same time.
Yeah. So Joe, coach, he's young. He's got a lot to learn. I think he's done a good job for, being thrust into a weird situation. But I think
he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine in the long run. I do think we just need to tighten up the rotations a little bit. And once playoffs come, we shrink the rotation down to 7-8 guys anyway. So you probably won't see Mike Muscala. Probably won't even see
I'm
Pritchard.
sorry, I love Boston. I hope not.
Yeah, I agree.
In a playoff game, I don't want to see them. But I think that's it for the Boston Celtics. I mean, do you have anything else to say? We can move on to our next topic if you're okay with that.
Just so you know, Marcus Smart's my favorite player in the NBA. I just want you to know I love the dude. Gritty. The flopping is like one of my favorite things about him. People hate it. I love it. Just so you know.
I do like the flopping. It's kind of funny. It gives me a smirk on the. But I just for the viewers' sake, I think that we won't argue as much on the Celtics because we share the same interests.
Yeah, we do.
So
it's the only thing you'll probably catch us arguing about is Tatum Brown.
Yeah. That's coming in the near future. But
Yeah,
I really don't want to bash them
later,
right now. It's a sore team right now after throwing a 30-point lead. But into our second topic. This is a more controversial topic around the NBA right now. And just to let you know, we're going to be going into every sport, but right now we're primarily on the NBA just because it's mid-season. Everything's going on.
Nothing else is really on. I mean,
Yeah.
we got the Bruins, which we will talk about. I love the Bees. Shout out Bees. Shout out Pasta. Shout out my boys. But
I need to learn more about the Bruins.
yeah, I think we'll talk about them in the future. But it's really just, for us, basketball is what we're focused on. So that's why we focus on it here.
Yeah. I mean, once the NFL season goes, we'll kick off with that. But kick off? Well, that was funny. Okay, number 2, our second subject of the day is controversial. It's about Ja Morant. So if you don't know about Ja Morant, Christian, I think you do, but about 3 weeks ago, he got accused of pointing a laser at the Spurs team, I'm pretty sure. And then
Was it a laser or was it a red dot sight?
it was a red dot. It wasn't just a laser. We are thinking it was a gun because I'm not going to accuse him of anything, but he hopped in a black SUV and then
We're not going to accuse him of anything, but the most recent thing that came out was that he did have a gun. And an
on
Instagram,
IG Live last
Instagram
night
live
after
video, he
the
had a
Denver
gun.
game.
So, I mean, it's starting to add up with the guy.
It is starting that up. And also what came out this week is the fact that he beat up a 17-year-old at a park run and pointed a gun at him. So Ja Morant and guns, I guess they're coming together. They're one. He likes his guns.
Yeah, I think to each their own. But the bigger problem is you're a future face of the league, I would say. I mean, he's a superstar.
I would
nasty.
say he is one of the faces of the
Yeah,
league.
so like
He's the most electrifying player.
You gotta carry yourself a certain way. You look at LeBron. You look at, we can say KD. You look at those kind of guys. Those guys aren't doing things off the court really that are super controversial. They just keep it, family. They keep it PG, and they just mind their business and get to work. And I think Ja Morant doesn't do that, and that's a bit of a problem.
I think that's something you need to do. I mean, I guess your work isn't your whole life, but when you're in a situation like him, just signed a contract or is awaiting a contract? I think he just signed a contract.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I mean, he's in for
either
has
a
a huge
$250 million.
Yeah, huge
So,
payday.
It's up to you, Ja, if you want to make that decision. But if you want to chase things that aren't like giving you any value, or you want to actually play the game that you love and get money for it, right? But on an NBA team, you need to keep your composure because the league doesn't like that. Adam Silver doesn't like that. Fans don't like that. Especially if you're Adam Silver, you don't want that in your league. Yeah. You don't want someone who's living two lives.
Literally, with like a couple minutes before we started recording, that 1, he was suspended by Memphis, and 2, he's seeking help, I believe, which I don't know what that means exactly.
He took responsibility for it, but he's suspended 2 games, and he's taking responsibility for it, which as a man you have to do, and you have to learn from your mistakes. And if he said he's seeking help. I don't know what that means, but work on yourself.
Yeah, I think he just got to get it straight and just stop pretending like you're something you're not. Mm-hmm. Like, the dude grew up in a pretty successful household.
He grew up in a two-car garage home.
with a
with
basketball
a basketball court.
So like,
so you're not about that.
there's no reason. There's no reason to put yourself in that situation if that's not who you are. So and Memphis, like you're trying to lead a team, a number 2 seed in the West. Like you got a lot. You don't want the team focusing on, well, what's Ja doing? Is he going to be able to play because he was strapped up at a nightclub or something? Like that's
when
not
you
how it's
hold that
supposed
much
to go.
weight, you don't want to get around the wrong or get around the wrong group of people.
Exactly. So I mean, I think that's all I have to say about that. It's just like you're trying to win a championship with Memphis. Like strap up and like get to work and stop being a rat. It's really annoying me.
Dude, if you didn't grow up like that, and if you're not like that, stop trying to fake like you're like that. I know it's cool in today's society to be like that, but honestly, man, you already have what those people are looking for, and you're trying to get on their level. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
people are trying to be what you are.
Exactly.
You already made it, man. Like, you don't need to go back to
Yeah,
that.
like kids are trying to be John Morant, catching like full court lobs at the buzzer, dunking over, literally jumping over humans. Like you're there, just be there. And
So hopefully he gets help and he changes, and we don't have to talk about that again. Because I do not like him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I do like him, but even before this, I don't like the Memphis Grizzlies. They are fake tough. They think they're the bad news Pistons.
I hate Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, I'm sorry, you can literally take a plane to like a different country, stay there forever, and I never want to see your face again on national television. He's really annoying.
Yeah, he looks like a pit bull.
Yeah,
He just looks like he wants to kill you, but like he's not gonna. He's just gonna hurt Gary Payton.
He makes me like Draymond.
And when he hurt Gary
and I don't
Payton,
like Draymond.
when he like broke him.
Huh?
Remember in the playoffs when he hurt Gary Payton? Was it the playoffs?
Yeah.
Something like that, where he like went up and he fouled him super hard. It's just like, really?
He's
Like,
fake tough.
You're fake tough.
The
The
whole
only person I
team's-
like on
the
the
whole
team
team's
who's
fake
actually
tough.
legit is Steven Adams.
Steven Adams, bro, that's an Oklahoma City rat. That's my guy. Playing with Russ. If you didn't know, Russ is my favorite player.
Talking about
That's
fake
how
hard.
you know. I
This
messed
guy's
up.
pretty fake hard. He's just pretending like, yo, Steven. Yeah, he ain't like that.
That's my guy.
Can we move on though? I don't really want
All
to
right,
talk
yeah,
about Ja.
Ja. I mean, we just wanted to talk about it because it's a big topic, but we already went over 3 who we're most worried about in the East. Cavs, Knicks, maybe.
What about the if we in a perfect world we make the finals, who would you not want to face in the West in the finals? I wouldn't want to face Denver. I can tell you that. I don't like Jokic is so nasty.
Really? Denver.
I wouldn't want to face them. I just think they match up pretty well against us. I also wouldn't want to face the Warriors if they somehow snuck in.
Have you, like, the thing about Denver is they're always good, and they're never good enough to win in the playoffs.
They'll probably
so I
choke
don't
it.
think that take is valid because Denver, let's be a fairy tale off or regular season team. Let's be the best of the best. But once they make it to the playoffs, they fold, and they've done it the past 3 years, and I've watched it. I'm pretty sure they got knocked out first round last year, or second round by the Warriors, right?
I think you're forgetting a
Second
very
round.
important acquisition in the offseason. Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
Oh yeah, he's really bringing it in for them.
He's got a really good 3-point percentage.
Oh yeah, I bet he's killing it. Actually, I mean,
No, but like in all honesty, I don't think they'll get out of the West. But if they were, I just don't like playing Jokic.
they match up good against us.
Yeah,
another
just, like,
team
we don't
that
have
does.
if you ever watch us play Giannis and Embiid and Jokic, like we can't guard those. Like Robert Williams is great. We love
can't
Time
guard
Lord,
bigs.
but we struggle.
bigs.
So like,
I don't think they're gonna, but I wouldn't want to play them. That's right. But you already said it. But the team that I would not want to play the most is the Golden State Warriors, and that is because they still have 2 of the best shooters in the entire NBA ever.
yeah, 2 of the best shooters of all time, literally.
So that can change a game if they
It's
get
just
hot.
hard. It's like you don't want to play teams that can dig themselves out of holes quickly. Like if you put your foot on their neck and say I'm up 20.
And the Celtics love to take their foot off.
They're
of
like
their
they're
neck.
gonna let you back in.
Yeah.
If you can shoot the 3, you'll be back in 5 minutes.
The Warriors will get right back in. And I don't care if they're getting old. They still have chemistry. They still have the same coach.
I
They
hate
still have
Draymond
the
too.
core.
Though.
They're young. They have young talent coming up. Jordan Poole, Kuminga.
Don't say Moses Moody. It would be a problem. He's awful.
Yeah, he is really
He
pretty.
was good he was good in college. Kinda.
And they have experience. And I don't know if you watch Warriors Celtics games. Yeah, we got the last one, but
barely.
They are
We hung
kryptonite.
on by like
Jason
3.
Tatum turns into like
Oh my
a
god!
walking trash
I
bag.
forgot about Wiggins.
Igga Wiggins.
of
Oh yeah,
Wiggins.
Igga Wiggins literally clamps JT.
He owns it. He's his father. It's like PJ Tucker and Andrew Wiggins are the two biggest clamps of Tatum.
Phoenix too. I don't think you want to touch a team.
Yeah, I mean, any team with KD on it, you don't really want to play. But we did see, though, that Tatum can guard KD.
So can JB.
JB?
Yeah.
No, he's not big enough. But I think Tatum proved against Brooklyn last year he can do it. But yeah, I wouldn't want to face them. DeAndre Ayton, KD, Booker, Chris Paul. That's a nasty 4 right there. I mean, if we're putting Grant Williams in...
If we're putting Grant Williams in, I honestly think that you can give the other team the championship. But okay, since we're on the topic of the West, let's talk about the newly improved Los Angeles Lakers. They're really killing it. They won 3 in a row, but then the daddy of the franchise, the only reason why they ever get screen time is LeBron James went down with an ankle injury. He's out at least 3 weeks. They lost last night to the Timberwolves. And I think you said D'Lo got hurt too?
Yeah, D'Lo's been hurt for the past couple.
Oh, really?
Are you good?
Sorry, my headphones kind of locked out. But yeah, so D'Lo's been hurt. Anthony Davis, Anthony Day-to-Day, some may call him. I think he's probably on his way to the bench too because he probably will get hurt. No, I'm not even going to wish that upon him. That's bad. I don't want to speak that out. But even with a healthy Anthony Davis, they can't make any damage in the West.
I beg to differ, actually. I'm going to sit back for this one.
All right, let's start it.
I think, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it here so everyone can hold me to it. LeBron's GOAT. That's GOAT status. That's one. That's top one. We'll save that for a different episode. But that's top one. So a healthy LeBron, a healthy AD. Now that is asking a lot of both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an old man, LeBron, who's trying to... I mean, he's got a lot of tread on those tires. So it's like... And then AD, who you could flick him. Like, flick him, lick him, kiss him. He's hurt.
He's hurt. Yeah.
He's hurt. The eyebrow thing, it's got to go. Maybe that's what it is that stupid eyebrow.
Maybe that's his kryptonite.
Yeah, just shave it. It's like the Achilles heel. Just shave the stupid eyebrow. But whatever. I think those two are... I mean, those are... You can't disagree that they're nasty.
Who's going to do it? They're not in the playoffs right now. So who's going to do it when LeBron's out? Who's going to lift them up?
It has to be D'Angelo Russell.
But you said he was hurt.
Yeah, if he's healthy, he could get them like a couple wins. I think like with AD and D'Lo, I like Jared Vanderbilt. I think he's really good. Mm-hmm. With those three, I mean, with Malik Beasley coming off the bench, Austin Reeves, I think there's enough.
Austin Reeves, bro. I promise you, when Russell was on that team and I watched Austin Reeves, I wanted to just throw my phone at the screen. He's nervous. He's playing.
He's definitely nervous, but like I think there's enough there to sneak past those the bottom of the West. Because the bottom of the West is super jumbled up. I mean, you got like teams like the Pelicans and all those.
The Pelicans are going to be good with Zion coming back.
Zion.
Okay,
I'm not going to talk about.
I would disagree with the D'Angelo Russell because I think he can give you a spark if you're down 10 points in the fourth quarter, and maybe win you a few games. But I don't think he can lift you to the next level. And
not him, but with AD, I think.
Dude, AD is basically a 60-year-old man on a
when he's healthy, he's one of the more unstoppable bigs in this league. Period. You can't disagree.
When he's healthy, but when have you seen him be healthy? I mean, he's been healthy for what, a 10 game
We're hanging a lot.
Stretch.
We're hanging a lot on that. We're hanging our hat on the fact that
you can't hang on
healthy.
I really dislike the Lakers. I mean, Russell was there, and they made him hate his career. And they traded him to Utah, and he didn't stay. That's another story. But they think they're newly improved. Huh? They think they're newly improved, but they are literally clearly not new and improved. Because the same old stuff is happening. They're still getting injured every game.
They have Mo Bamba.
I got Colin.
Okay, we can get him off now.
All right, I'm done with the Lakers.
I wish we could talk about... I think we should save like the GOAT debate, Westbrook.
Yeah, this is just the intro. That's
all
coming in the next episode.
We're just kind of summarizing what's going on.
Yeah, we're gonna set segments for arguments, and we're gonna have special guests in the future, and we're gonna debate the hottest debates in sports. But for right now, we're just going through what's happening now because we're just trying to get a jump on our first episode, right? Yeah. The next category is number 5. Someone just flushed the toilet. It's contenders or pretenders in the NBA?
Okay, I'm gonna pull up on my phone.
Let's just go through the list
Yeah, I'm gonna pull
of
up
the
on
top 8 seeds
Yeah,
in
I'm gonna
both
pull up
divisions.
the East and West standings, and then I'm gonna read them off, and we're gonna see pretender, contender. So we'll start with the East. So in the East,
are we firing these out?
yeah, we're firing them. We're going hot,
Oh, this
super
kid
hot.
wants to stop talking.
No, we can talk about them if it gets. I think we're gonna agree on the first couple.
Yeah.
Then it might get a little dicey. Milwaukee, contender,
Contender. They
absolutely.
have Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boston, we're diehard. We bleed green. Contender.
Contender if Grant Williams is riding the bench.
Come on,
I'm
man.
sorry, Grant.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is a pretender. A pretender. I don't think. I think Joel Embiid needs to be the main star, and I think he is. But I don't think James Harden has what it
Okay,
takes.
here's a better question. If they were to somehow Milwaukee and Boston were both to get dropped, somehow, either by them or like one of them gets dropped by them and another gets dropped by another team, do you think Philly would be able to beat a West team in the finals? I do. I think they could beat one of those teams with Embiid.
Who do you think they could beat?
I think they could beat. I mean, we said Denver. I think they could beat Denver, Memphis. We'll go to the West, but like, I think if they got there, they could. But I don't think they're good enough to beat the other two.
Here's what I think. I think they're a pretender in the East. Maybe if they were in the West Division, they would be a contender. I think if they got to the finals, they would struggle less than they would struggle within the playoffs against the East teams.
Okay.
You got
I
me?
think we can. Yeah, I'll stick with pretender in the East.
Okay.
Cleveland. They're pretenders, but they're good pretenders. Like they're gonna really.
You think they're a pretender?
Yeah, I think they're joking you. They're making you think that they're contenders, but that team too young. They're kind of like where we were a few years ago, where like we pretended like we were gonna.
They're gonna get there.
Yeah,
Not
they
this
might.
year, but they're
Yeah.
gonna get there
I
soon.
mean, Mobley will get old.
Right now,
Garland will
they
get
are a
older.
pretender, but they will be there soon.
Yeah, I agree. New York,
New York, I did say that they would give us a run for our money.
but Julius Randle can't do it.
I do think that as well. I don't think he can hold the weight of an Eastern Conference Finals or a Finals.
No. I don't even want to say
He's the best player on the team. That team cannot make it. They might be able to pull away 2 series wins, maybe even 1, but
Just one. They would be lucky to get one.
but I think they match up well against us. I'm a little scared, but they're a pretender.
Yeah, pretender. I think the rest of them are too, like Brooklyn. Pretender,
I mean,
obviously.
they don't have to
Miami,
pretend. They're
we
just
don't
not
want to
a-
play Miami ever. They give us fits. Jimmy Butler.
Miami
gives
is
us
in a
fits.
bad slump,
Yeah, they
but
stink.
I
hate
think
Tyler Hero too.
I think they're going to be fine in the playoffs. Honestly, they might win a few.
They would never beat us.
They won't beat us though.
Pretender.
Pretender.
And then we'll do Atlanta. I mean, I wouldn't want to play them either. Trae Young annoys me.
Atlanta's a pretender.
Yeah, they're super bad.
Just
though.
be honest.
Every
I
other team is
I
kind
want
of
to switch
bad.
to the divisions because I think the rest of the teams are just tanking
They're
for victory.
awful. Yeah, taking for Victor. Denver.
Pretender. Denver is a pretender. I don't care what you say. I
can't agree.
You
I
can't
just
agree.
can't agree with you. They're the 1 seed, man. They're gonna get an easy road. They're gonna get like Utah or something. Like they're gonna beat that first round.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about winning an
They're gonna beat
NBA
the
Finals.
Mavericks.
Do you ever see Denver winning an NBA Final in the next 3 years? Do you even see them winning this year? No. How can you see that?
No.
Yes, they're playing really good basketball. They're the top of their division, but their division is old and rusty.
Okay, if you're saying pretender for them though, you're gonna say it for Memphis, Sacramento.
No, that's not true.
You think Sacktown's a
First of all,
contender?
I'm still on Denver. If hear me out. Hear me out. If Denver was in the East, they would be a 5 seed. They are not better than Milwaukee.
They're better than New York.
Yeah, maybe a 4 seed, but they're not better than the top 4 teams in the East. Sorry.
Really? I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
that.
We can agree to disagree on that one. Memphis pretenders, dude. They're fake tough.
They're not just only pretending to be good, they're pretending to be tough. So they have succeed. I can't speak, but
No,
they're
you're good.
pretenders in every
Sacramento.
aspect. Sacramento's
Weirdly good.
They are good.
Weirdly good. Sabonis, absolute bucket. I love the
Yeah.
dude. I love.
I still think
De'Aaron Fox is good.
I don't want to call all these teams pretenders because I think they're playing really good basketball, but I don't think they can win an NBA Finals. So, pretender.
Phoenix. Contender.
Contender.
With KD, they're contenders. Golden State.
Contender.
Dallas.
Not a contender. They have Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. I mean, we both hate Kyrie Irving. I think
People
everyone in
listening to
Boston
this are going to be
hates
like, did you just mean to say a contender because they have Kyrie Irving? No,
pretender
because they have Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
I think that he can pull a franchise down.
They're
in a snap.
going to be an interesting watch just because Luka and him
They'll
are
win
gonna
a
be
series.
interesting. Yeah, but I don't like it either. Minnesota, pretender.
Minnesota's a pretender.
I like
With
their
Cat?
I like their roster though.
They have a deep roster. They should be good. I don't know.
Actually,
I
don't like
think
their
their
roster.
youth.
They were good before they traded away like everybody.
But they have Gobert and Cat. But Cat's hurt.
But Gobert stinks.
Yeah, he's overrated.
He can't do anything other than dunk.
But once Cat's back, I think they can actually make some damage next year.
They could. We both like Ant. I think that's true.
Yeah, I like him.
Clippers. I don't know with them. Dude, load management.
They're
ruined
0-5
them.
with
Load management is ruining the league and it's ruining them. How do we know if they're good or not? Kawhi plays.
I know when this comes out, people are going to be upset with me. But they are 0-5 with Russell Westbrook. I will sit here and say, okay, they haven't won a game with him. It's just a fact. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they played the Kings, the Nuggets, who are supposedly great.
Man, if you're gonna
They
say
played the
they're
Kings
contenders,
twice.
they're beating you.
They played the Nuggets, and they played another good team. I don't know who exactly, but they've played tough teams in this 5-game span, and they've gone into overtime, I'm pretty sure 3 times. They just didn't win it, but I think that those games are winnable. Those games should have been won in some aspects, but I'm going to sit here, and I'm just going to be honest. They're old. They have a deep roster. If people stay healthy and they don't sit out.
Old roster though.
Yes,
like
yeah.
Eric Gordon, Robert Covington,
Even Kawhi's old.
like Norman Powell, Kawhi,
Yeah.
PG. They're getting old.
If they have chemistry and they pull it together and people stay healthy, I just can't sit here and say with Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George, you couldn't win a
Yeah, I
championship.
mean they're scary. Like you
They
wouldn't.
are.
You
wouldn't want to play
face
them even. They're an 8 seed. They're going to get in, but you don't want to play them even if you're Denver.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that. I don't think they'll win the ship.
But I'm going to say a pretender, even though you don't want to play them.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, honorable mention.
Say it.
I don't even want to. I'm not even in. Never mind. I just love the Trailblazers. I don't know why. I'm a big Dame guy.
Dame time.
It's
Dame's on the tear, but they don't
70.
have it.
What was
They
it?
don't have it.
72 the other night.
71.
71. Shout out Dame.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's our segment of that. You want me? Let's transition into the next.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Got a few more segments. I know. I mean, podcasts are long, but if you can sit here and listen to us, trust me, it's worth it, right?
Oh, it's worth it.
Ooh. All right, never mind. I had a bad joke, but I won't say it. MVP race. Yeah, MVP race in the NBA. Obviously, one of our main boys in it, JT.
Yeah, JT's in it. He's a far fourth, like a very far away fourth right now. I don't think there's no shot he wins it. I think Jokic deserves it, weirdly enough. And I think the voter fatigue is a big issue, where people have voted for him a couple years in a row. They've voted for him a couple years in a row. There's always that chance maybe Giannis sneaks in. Is Embiid in there, I think?
Embiid, Luka.
Yeah, those guys are in there. I think it's going to go to Jokic, though.
I'm not saying where do you think it should go. I'm not saying where. Okay, you got to cut this part because I literally stumbled over my words really bad. But I'm not saying who you think they're going to give it to. I'm saying who you think they should give it to.
Who should they give it to?
Yeah.
Jason Tatum. Number 0, Boston Celtics.
I know you're capping.
No, that's number 1. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Okay.
But I do think.
But if he said that, are you being for real?
No
Tatum,
I'm not,
right?
Not
okay.
Tatum. I want him to get one. I think he'll get one soon. It can be Giannis or Joker. It's one of those two. If you say like anyone else, it's a joke. I think.
No, I'm just saying. I think
don't say
MVP
Luka,
the last 5 years should go to Giannis Antetokounmpo and nobody else. Jokic, yeah, he does a lot of things that nobody else can do. He passes the ball nice. He rebounds nice. He shoots nice. He scores nice. I don't know why I'm using that word, but he can do it all. But Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the NBA, and he has been for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like you can figure out a way to shut Jokic down. I don't know how to, but I think there's a way. Giannis is just like, no matter how many guys you put on him, he's just going to run through them. So it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, if you can shut Jokic down, I don't care. If you find a way, if you find a good coach, if you find a good scheme, you can do it. You cannot shut down Giannis. He's running at you full speed, and it's unguardable. He's 7 foot and can play like a guard position. You just can't shoot.
Yeah, his jump shot's so
And he's clamps.
abysmal.
He's
Yeah,
huge.
he has a deep boy, right?
Yeah.
Defensive
Sure
player of the
do.
year. Yeah.
Don't fact check me on that, but you might.
Yeah. I mean, he's long. He can defend. He can. It's just the shooting. And that's the thing is, like,
He
Jokic just adds more.
Can carry a team to a championship.
Yeah, he's the most valuable to his team. He's the most
Jokic
valuable.
won't and can't.
No, he can.
No.
I think the passing is what gives Jokic
They
the
need
edge,
they
though.
need another big time star to win.
They have him. MPJ.
He's good, but he's not a big time star.
Christian Brown.
They
Do you
need
know that guy?
They need. That's the thing. Giannis has made. I mean, Drew Holiday's always been good, but Giannis has made that team so relevant. The fact in the matter is that Drew Holiday is better with Giannis.
Let's talk about the Celtic killer, Chris Middleton.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, absolute
I
bucket.
haven't
He's like a
seen him.
poor man's KD, where like he can,
He's bald, and I'm pretty sure he's 30. So,
but
I mean, that's coming.
He
That's
kills us
coming
every
to
time
me,
he plays.
so I can't say anything.
But yeah, I think it's gonna go to one of those two. I would lean in the Jokic direction just because I think he does more as an NBA player, but I don't know if he's more valuable to the Nuggets as Giannis is to the Bucks. But it's close. It's very,
They're
very
gonna
close.
give it Jokic, but I think Giannis deserves it. Okay, that's that. We're switching sports for a little bit. Obviously, if you tuned in to the Patriots 2022-2023 season, then you probably wanted to gouge your eyes out of your sockets. It was not fun, right? Not at all. And I think the stuff... No, I won't even say it. I'll let you tune into that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we became so accustomed to winning. 20 years, Brady, we were spoiled, and that's just a fact. We were spoiled by it, but it's just painful now. It's painful watching that team. It's painful watching Bill Belichick's ancient ways. Like, he just won't budge on anything. We had Matt Patricia as an OC. Like, what? Joe Judge? Like, they were in over their heads. The team sucked. Mac Jones was awful. He's throwing hissy fits on.
He would argue with Mac Jones. He would actually say that Mac Jones is like good and going to be our franchise quarterback.
Okay,
I don't know if you're going to sit there and say that, but I
still
can.
think he could
Oh
be.
God,
I still
stop
think
it!
he could be.
No,
But he was throwing hissy fits on the sideline, and it was driving me insane. Every time he didn't get the play call he wanted, or we didn't go for it on fourth, or he would just show up to his coaching staff. It was so annoying, drove me insane. It was that mixed with just like aging Devin McCourties, and like I love those guys, but it's just like something's wrong. Something's wrong. The receiving core, Tyquan Thornton, man, he's god awful. He doesn't deserve to play. We have Devontae Parker getting old, ancient, too big, can't run, can't create separation. Jacoby Myers sits. He's comparable, like he can do it, but he's not a number one.
No.
Hunter Henry, like he popped for like 12 tutties the year before, and then he had like 1 this year, 2. Jonnu Smith, we're paying that man millions to block. Maybe catch a screen. Ramondre Stevenson is Ramondre Stevenson's
tight
nasty.
ends are catching screens.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson's nasty, but he's throwing the ball backwards against Las Vegas, costing us a game, fumbling against Cincinnati. Like, it's just a show. Nick Folk though, he's on.
Nick Folk was MVP. Yeah. First of all, Mac Jones cannot lead that team to a championship, and I don't. As long as he stays the way he is, he can't. So he needs to
So is
go.
it Bailey Zappi.
He needs to get on the field and start training if he wants to do that. Especially with our receiving core, like you said, everyone on that receiving core. I wanted to just say, like, put me out there. Honestly, I think I could do better.
They need someone like us. I think I'm gonna go right into it. I think we need a receiver. I don't care how you
I don't
get.
care
I
what
don't
you
care if
say.
you trade the house, the kitchen sink, throw it all at Cincinnati for T. Higgins.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's that. I don't care if it's in the draft. You grab like Jackson Smith. I don't want to butcher his last name. Joby and
forget I
Jobway,
say
something
Ohio
like that.
State guy, though.
From Ohio State, he's really good. The guy from Pitt is really just somebody. Get me somebody who can not N'Keal Harry. Don't get me someone like N'Keal Harry. Like just tell Bill Belichick that there's like a defensive coach out in the wilderness somewhere, and he'll walk there and lure him away, and then you draft when Belichick's not there. I can't stand it.
Yeah, we need a receiver. We need a number one that is like clear cut better than the other four.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins is on the market.
I would take D-Hop. It's just
I don't
Billy
care
O.
if
It's
he's,
the
he's
Billy
old.
O
He's
thing.
better. He's miles better than any receiver we've
but
had in the last 5 years.
We have to talk about the Bill O'Brien thing. Like they hated
Yeah,
each
we
other
do.
in Houston.
But I like our defense. I think our defense, maybe a little touch up.
Corner.
At
We
the
need
corner
another
position?
corner, I think.
That's what I was going to say at the corner position. But other than that, our defensive line's good.
Yeah, we love Matt Judon. We love Barmore.
Yeah.
Uche. Those guys are good.
So I think we need to get our offense straight
We
before
need
September.
we need a left tackle too.
Yeah.
The line is in shambles.
You can keep honestly, the tight ends are fine if we utilize them well.
Yeah, I think Hunter Henry is like a respectable
Yeah.
NFL tight end. I think he's fine.
Get a few good receivers.
Just give me
and
someone
give Mac
that
something.
Mac
and see.
Jones can
I don't
throw
think
the
Mac
ball
is
to.
even with D Hop will do it, but
But he has an
we can-
offensive
I'll give him
coordinator
one
now.
more year. One more year.
Yeah, he has an offensive coordinator now. I mean, he had Billy O in Alabama. He's got him back, so I think it's going to help. I think it's going to help him.
Well, we have
Like we saw him with McDaniels. It wasn't like anything crazy.
we have an offensive coordinator who is actually an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's been so needed. It was so bad. Like I couldn't watch them. It,
It
was,
was
so
really bad.
painful.
You thought McDaniels was bad with Brady.
I would rather watch the Jets, and that's
Yeah.
so hard to say as a Pats fan. But like
I'd
they
rather-
were showing sign. I mean, Zach Wilson. We should bring on one of our favorite guests and talk about the quarterback tier, our tier list that we created.
Yeah.
We'll
I
talk
was
about
just
that.
gonna bring that up. You wanna tell them what it is? Just like the tiers.
Yeah,
the
the
list.
tier. We'll go through them on a different episode. But there's the bottom 32 tier. That's where the worst quarterbacks are.
The people
there-
like Zach Wilson.
Yeah, that's the Zach Wilsons of the league. At the top, it was God tier. And we're not going to talk about who was in there, but we'll throw like Mahomes in there, someone who we can obviously all admit is in there. And then we had mid, correct?
No.
Oh no, the below God. I can't remember the name of it.
It was like your Joe Burrow, Lamar
It was,
Jackson.
yeah,
who-
Justin
who
Herbert.
was very good at football. But those people are
Yeah, they're very
good
good.
at
They're just
football.
not there
It wasn't
yet,
mid.
or
It was
they're never
mid.
gonna
Mid
be
was
there.
the next category.
which was
People like
who was in there again? Like Kirk Cousins, I think was in there.
Kurt.
Those kind of guys.
Maybe
Kyler
even Kyler
Murray.
Murray,
Yeah,
yeah.
he deserves to be in there. He's awful. Don't at me. And
then
then there was another one that was like really bad, but it wasn't like bottom 32 guys.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but it was the people like it was Mac Jones.
Yeah, Mac Jones was in there. He
Yeah.
was in mid to
So
start the year.
There was 5 categories.
He was in mid to start the year, and he was close to going to bottom 32.
Yeah.
We move him every week, but yeah, I think like I don't even remember where I was. What were we talking about before the quarter? Oh no, the
Bill O'Brien.
Jets. Just like
the Jets.
teams that are more interesting than us have a brighter future, low key, than us. I mean, they have Sauce. They got Garrett Wilson. They have guys who are good. They just need to like, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr.
Bill's time too. Sooner or later. Sadly, I mean, I don't want to see him go, but his
Yeah, I'm a
ignorance
big Bill.
will be fun.
I'm a big Bill guy.
To
I just
let go
think we need like a McVay or someone who can transform an offense. Bill's kind of in the past, and it's sad. Maybe he can find a way to like get his hands off the wheel and let someone else do it, but still be the head coach because he's good at X's and O's. Even though we had punts blocked, kicks returned, lots of penalties, holdings.
Gosh.
Yeah, so it wasn't a typical
painful.
buttoned up Bill team, but
I don't know if you watched. I was with you when we were watching the Raiders game, but if you watched it out there, my jaw was just open.
no, my jaw was.
I
dropped
was
when-
genuinely like, "Wow, that just happened."
when Chandler Jones just like shoved it.
Put that video on repeat. That was the Patriots season.
It was just Chandler Jones stiff arming a poor like little
and Mac
sissy
trying.
baby
Mac
boy.
literally getting like
It was such a sad attempt of a tackle, bro.
got bodied to the ground. Like I don't even care. I know he's a quarterback and shouldn't be able to tackle Chandler Jones, but it was sad.
Yeah, I mean, it just was indicative of the season.
Okay, we'll move off the Patriots because
Yeah, we can move off the Pats.
we have 6 months till they start.
Yeah, it was just a little like check-in.
Yeah, we just want
How
to
we
check in.
feeling?
I mean,
we're not feeling great, but
I'm still not
but
feeling
it's
great.
still up in comparison.
But
go
hey, Pats Nation. Our second to last category of the night, staying on football, is top landing spots for NFL free agents this offseason.
Okay. We're gonna have to like break it down more than that, but like Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, those kind of guys, Lamar, those kind of guys. I mean, Lamar's not a free agent, but I think I saw a report, and I think it's true. I think they'll probably tag Saquon in New York. He'll probably stay there on the tag.
Well, Saquon should be happy about the tag. Not happy about it, but
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, shouldn't complain about it because he has been injury prone. He's a beast when he's out there, but I think that they need to see a little bit more in him before they can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones doesn't deserve the money he's asking for.
He's asking for $45 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's
They're
white.
not
What
gonna pay
would we
him.
call him? White Lamar? Is that what they're calling him?
White Lamar.
Well, White Lamar?
Yeah, he is asking for tons of money. I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, he's definitely not. He can't. You got to show me that you can throw the ball.
So we think Saquon staying with the Giants would be probably ideal
I
for
think
him.
Daniel Jones is going to end up staying with the
I
Giants
think
as
he
well.
should too. I was going to say that.
I don't know where the other two are going to go. Like, I think Rodgers might go to the Jets. I think.
Rodgers just got out of his darkness retreat.
He's such
I
a
don't. If
baby.
you guys
I
didn't
hate
know,
him.
he stayed in a cave with
It
a
was like
floor mat and a
solitary
bed in a
confinement,
bathroom
pitch black.
for 5 days to try to figure out his decision. I don't know. It's hard to say that he's not going to stay in Green Bay.
I don't think Green Bay wants him there, though. They're ready to move on to Jordan Love.
They should move on.
Yeah, they want Jordan Love, and I agree. I think they need to get the heck off that guy. He's such a piece of poop.
Yeah, going back to top landing spots, I think Rodgers should go to Las Vegas and reunite with this guy.
Yeah,
Devontae.
I mean, they talk about that.
That's
It's just
probably
a
the
lot.
best bet for him.
But I heard McDaniels saying that they want to do a young quarterback, maybe through the draft or something. But then you can still do both. You can get Rodgers, draft a quarterback, and then like
Play him for 2 years and then
Yeah.
bring that guy
because
up.
he'll be gone. Rodgers, he's just
He
he's
has
feeling
2 years
ancient.
max.
He's gray.
He might even retire, but if he stayed, I think he should go to Las Vegas. But that's just my opinion. Derek Carr, I
don't
mean, he
care
got him
where he
32.
goes.
I don't really care
Yeah,
about him.
We are on the boat of Derek Carr stinks. That dude, we call it clinging monkeys. It's when the you know in Grinch when the monkeys are bashing the thing together. That's what Derek Carr is when he's playing quarterback. He doesn't know
quick feet.
what left and right. He's like Baker Mayfield out there. He doesn't know what's going on. He just starts throwing it. He's like, oh, Devontae Adams is up there somewhere, and it gets picked.
Yeah, if you put me or Christian behind the offensive line and put us in an NFL game, I honestly think what you see in Derek Carr, you'd see in us.
Yeah,
Maybe even better in us.
we just don't have the bazooka arm. He has a huge arm. I'll give him that. But he's a little brain dead sometimes in the pocket. But
So yeah, he can go wherever
he
he,
might
wants.
go to New York too.
Wherever he goes is probably not gonna be anything special.
Yeah, I
With
wouldn't
him.
see it there. Carolina.
Moving on to
someone
probably
like
the
that.
most controversial free agent right now, Lamar Jackson, who is my favorite NFL player.
Where's he gonna go if he doesn't stay in Baltimore? That's my question. New York. Like is everyone going to New York? I guess.
New York's just a hot spot because they need a quarterback.
And they have a good young team.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up. Do you think he's gonna stay? I think he's gonna stay.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about this when I was writing it down, but I think that the best spot for him is in Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, the offense is built.
It's
for him.
built around him. So I think that they need to get a receiver for him. They need to get weapons for him for them to win.
What do you mean? They got Rashad Bateman.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Remember what he
just
Rashad
called out the
Bateman
GM?
just called out the GM.
Yeah, so it's toxic there. I don't even think the players
They
want to be there.
fired Roman or whatever.
Yeah, Greg Roman, which
That guy
he
was
was
so
the worst
bad.
offensive coordinator of the year. I might take Matt Patricia over him, but
Oh my! You heard it.
but I'm
here
just
first.
saying he's really adapted to the system and the systems around him, but they need to get him weapons. So if they get weapons, he should stay there. That's his top spot. But he deserves money, right?
Yeah, I think.
Like-
I mean, yeah, he does. But does he deserve as much as he wants? I don't know.
That's still to be. He is one of the most dynamic players.
Scared about
when
his
he's
injuries.
Yeah, when he's on the field, he's dynamic. It's just a matter of, is he on the field?
Yeah, I mean, he showed he can throw. I don't care if you're a hater out there. He can
Every
throw.
once in a while, he can throw.
He's throwing to he's basically throwing.
He's
those.
throwing a big Mark Andrews.
Yeah, and that's why Mark Andrews has 10 receptions a game. Look at his receivers. He's literally throwing who was he throwing to? Oh my gosh, they pulled out, what's his name? Deshaun Jackson. Lamar Jackson was throwing to Deshaun Jackson this year.
That dude's a freaking
That says a lot about how the Baltimore Ravens have treated him. But, yeah, Lamar, I would feel a little bit of disrespect, but the last topic was the Red Sox, but we'll talk about them
We can
next.
talk about them next time.
Yeah,
We just want Chaim Bloom to
pass away.
not pass away. That's a little rough.
I don't know if this is going to make
to
it
find
in there.
trouble, maybe.
Maybe a dog bites his leg.
Yeah, something like he's in the hospital, so he can't do his job, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
die.
but nothing serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, this was Boston Brothers' first episode. We hope you enjoyed. We'll be back
Be back soon.
bi-weekly or weekly?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, but
We'll
yeah.
gauge.
it's been fun.
It's been
See you
fun.
guys